praise due to the Fahrenheit slang. It is the slangs that brings us here together. All praise due to the Fahrenheit slang. It is the slangs that brings us purpose. Welcome to the Fahrenheit. Thanks for being here. My name is First Degree The D.E. Working on getting this set up. New to this. Okay. Oh, I see the problem. Okay. Why do you see me? We're getting closer. Okay. What up, family? My name is First Degree The D. This is the Fahrenheit. Okay. We're here to discuss some things. Okay, so stay on the live. Keep me up on what's going on. Okay, so I'm going the wrong way with the camera. I'm going the wrong way with the camera. We're here to discuss some things. Okay. One, we're going to talk about the SAC influence on why it was important that I made this Sacramento Rappers top 10 list. Okay? Why it was important why I made this Sacramento Rappers top 10 list. Okay? Then we're going to get into some appreciation. Okay? Good things that I done felt from people. Okay? Throughout the journey. As you know, the list was controversial. I made it a year ago. Okay? But folks are still talking about it now, so we're going to get into that. Then we going to get into the random randoms. What is a random, you ask? Hey, a random is someone who from Randomsville, who got their business all in mind. Okay? They had a lot to say on this list, so we go in on that a little later. Then last but not least, okay, we gonna address the order. So keep me, what's going on in the chat. I'm gonna try to fix this camera. Okay. Fix the camera. Oh, I'm going the wrong way with it again. Let's look in the chat. Who in the chat? Nate, Dead, Duck Down, Ron White, Uriel, you all. No. Sorry. First time for everything, feel me? I'm alright as long as you alright. As long as you alright, I'm alright. Royd. Aline, good luck. Everything you got going on next year. Ash, famous YouTuber. Now let's get in on this. Sacramento has a lot of influence all over. I don't know if you felt it. But even back in the 90s, they was on that Sac grind, yo. Hey? Snoop Dogg went on record talking about how much Brother Lynch encouraged him and this and that and the whoop-de-wham. So even back in the 90s to now, because I don't know how many thousands of breaths you hear. Okay? I don't know how many thousands of breaths you hear. Sacramento has a lot of influence. Very important on the West Coast. Okay, very important on the whole rap scene. That's why I took it upon myself. Okay, I took it upon myself to make this list. Okay, during the makings of the list. Okay, got a lot of appreciation from folks. Some of my favorites is this: the relatives, Briss, Auntie. Hey, Auntie. Okay, BG niece. Hey. Okay, we all family. That's what it was about. Bringing recognition that knows that need to be recognized. You know what I mean? One dude was this the voice of Sac. How they ain't gonna touch my heart? Touch it, touch my heart. That's what it's all about. Now, on the flip side, we have some randoms. Okay, YouTube Yodas. Okay. How you gonna be a YouTube Yoda? Get on my list and tell me what's supposed to be on that list. Okay? Now this is where the barrier go. This is where the barrier go. You got a list that's cool. You got a list that's cool. I got a list that's cool. Now, if you say, I got a list, this is who's my list, I'm all good with that. And you all good with that. Where you randoms cross the line, yo. It's when you tell me what's supposed to be on my list. How you a Wikipedia warrior and tell me what's supposed to be on my list? I'm gonna take a break and look at the chat. Fix the camera. Let's look at the chat. Holla at me in the chat. Insane. Wow, that's a name I ain't heard in a minute. Observation Ostrich gonna tell me what's supposed to be on my list. I've been in this game over 35 years. Since 95% of the game. 95% of the Sacramento rap game I've witnessed with my own eyes. The 5% I did not witness, I studied for 2 years and came up with a documentary, The History of Sacramento Rap. I'm in the streets for real. Newsflash, all your favorite Sacktown rappers done left. All your favorite Sacktown rappers done left the town. All that's left is the DEG. And what I'm doing is this. I'm overseeing and making sure everybody get that togetherness, that juntos, that movement again. Let me check the chat. Glad you guys are here, man. Experimenting with this. Experimenting with this. Okay. AirPod Academic. The AirPod Academic gonna tell me what's supposed to be on my list. How you even conjure that? How you even conjure that? Reddit revolutionary hopping on my social medias, the Twittergrams and the Insta chats. Tell me it's supposed to be on my list. I'm in the streets for real for 35 years. I like personality in my raps. I like cleverness in my raps. T Nutty. Now, before I get, that's another thing. I wanted to mention some MCs that I want to get out now. A year ago, I didn't mention it on the national broadcast. Holding court. Shouts out to Big Court. Shouts out to Renee. Okay. Bleezo. Crucial point. Stop it. Hollow tip. For real though. The Gatlin. Holla at me in the chat. Holla at me in the chat. All right. Now that I've addressed the YouTube Yoda, you got a problem with my list, okay? You from Randomsville, you a random from Randomsville, USA, telling me about my list. Wow. Wikipedia warriors. You might notice I'm wearing my nice cloak. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you like my cloak. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you like my cloak. Now, when I wear this cloak, I feel like a king. You know, I wear it around the house all the time. You can ask the fam. Okay? Aline in the chat. She didn't see me wear it plenty of times. I made 10 of them. Okay? Just 10. And we're selling them at sacrapshop.com. Okay, 10. These is from the Dead Wave, the new series. Matter of fact, if you ain't synced at that, give me a thumbs up in the chat if you've seen Underbelly Sound Wars. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you synced it, Underbelly Sound Wars. This cloak here is from Dead Wave, the bad guy, Underbelly Sound Wars. Okay, he my hero. Okay, so if you want a cloak like this, sacrapshop.com. Lean in on that. Okay. We also got my favorite. Boom. History of Sacramento Rap book. Get yours autographed, yo, at Sacramento Rap. Sacrapshop.com. Sacrapshop.com. Now, my order. I want to talk about my order. If you feeling me, if you still with me, holler at me in the chat. If you still with at me, holler at me in the chat. My order was a little controversial. Now, I had two things going on with the order. I'm going to just get real with you, so y'all in here with me now, which I appreciate. Okay. I wanted to just talk about who I listen to. You feel me? Who I listen to, ain't who everybody listen, but I also wanted to give some shine to some MCs. Okay, I'm like the godfather of the Sacktail rap game right now. And my job is to give shine. So number 10, I had Miss Marvelous. Let me tell you the story of Miss Marvelous. Miss Marvelous inspired me young. Miss Marvelous inspired me young. Hey, back when I was like in middle school, Miss Marvelous was in high school, and they was making them Black Rage Underground tapes. I used to play them tapes all the times. I used to play them tapes all the times. Miss Marvelous's raps, the way she flips it, ain't none like her. And then comments is like, who is she? Okay, some of the randoms from Randomsville's comment, who is she? She the queen of sack, my dude. Get learned it. Okay? Miss Marvelous the queen of sack, my dude. Get learned it. Tell me if in the chat. Give me a holler in the chat if you know Miss Marvelous is. Give me a holler in the chat if you know who Miss Marvelous is. Yeah, I had to put Mr. Doctor's name on there. That first album was ridiculous. I loved it. The problem is that second one. Now, number 9. Folks was tripping, man. I got CML. He funny to me. He funny to me. You know, I don't like the beef and the Mozzie but CML is funny to me. I like funny raps. You know, folks had a problem with that. Oh, well. Folks had a problem with that. Oh, well. Back in that old school CML Lavish D, those funny raps. Give me a holler in the chat if you heard of Lavish D. What are we talking about, man? Number 8, C-Bo the bald head nut. Fish tailing in the cut. March to your chat and give C-Bo some love, yo. Become a super subscriber, whatever all that stuff is. C-Bo the bald head nut. Fish tailing in the cut. Those of you who've seen the History of Sacramento Rap documentary know. Before C-Bo was C-Bo, he was the cowboy. Before he was the cowboy, he was Sean. Do you hear me? He was Sean marching the neighborhoods. Then he got the record. So these YouTube Yodas try to tell me about my order. You know, I knew Sean. All I was hearing about Sean. Then the cowboy. Then C-Bo. 35 plus years in these games. These Wikipedia warriors want to tell you. But one thing I will say is this. And this is what we're going to learn as a team. The Wikipedia warriors, the SoundCloud stranglers, the Captain consumers, they always gonna exist. So we gotta learn to use their energy. Okay. Let me let you in on the inside since you're with me. Google Sacramento Rappers Top 10. What do you see? First Degree The D.E staring back at thee. Google Sacramento Rap News. What does AI have you see? Sacramento Rap News, aka Sacramento Rap, aka First Degree The D, staring back at thee. Those of you who've seen Underbelly Sound Wars know true power is control of information. Okay? So we on a journey to control information. One of the reasons I'm going ahead and going live is so that we can gather. Okay? One of the reasons I'm going ahead and going live is so we can gather. Back to the list. Number 7, I got all kind of heat for number 7. Mac J, all the old folks was like, look, I'm in this game for real. You can't just bypass the youth. If the youth got it, the youth got it. I'm going to tell you a story. Y'all know who Victor Wembanyama. He's hitting logo threes, and he's 1,000 feet tall. Folks is progressing. It's okay. Let's get real, man. I know y'all saw We Done with the 90s. I know y'all saw We Done with the 90s. I saw some of them clips, man. It hurt my feelings. I had to get real. Who in the chat seen some of them? We done with the 90s. And folks are progressing and it's okay. So I put Mac J at 7. When I listen to his raps, it give me hope, young. When I listen to Mac J's raps, it give me hope, young. I like that feeling. And his wordplay, man, I put him up there. Why not? Listen to the youth. You've got ideas too. Mac J got raps. It's not my fault. All right. And then at number 6, came with that Mozzie. Mozzie's raps. Mozzie's energy. See, shouts out to Emo. I seen Mozzie coming up since Emo was filming his videos. This is back in the day before the dreadlocks. It was before the dreadlocks. Hey, I done seen his progression was a part of that. And I love that. And then you listen to his raps, especially when he was here in the town. Something about being in the town. His wordplay was so some of the old folks didn't want him on the list, but I'm telling you, this youth movement, I mean, he ain't even part of the youth no more. But it's just each generation got their own and we gotta recognize it. Mozzie at 6. Holler at me in the chat. Tell me how you feel it. Tell me how you feeling in the chat. All right, good. Next, I had the brother Lynch Hung. Now let's go ahead and get all clear on this. Whole lot of confusion, whole lot of ambiguity. Okay? Whole lot of ambiguity. Whole lot of questions, whole lot of. So this is what we're gonna do. Brother Lynch Hung has potentially the greatest rap cadence in the history of rap. I'm gonna say it one more time. Brother Lynch Hung has potentially the greatest cadence and flow in the history of rap. Holla at me in the chat if you feel something. Holla at me in the chat if you feeling something. So it's all love. Man, I remember when Dalvin, hey, shouts out to Dalvin, my first owner of the record label, gave me a copy of the demo of Season of the Sickness. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there and check the chat. I remember getting a demo copy of Season of the Sickness, yo. How YouTube Yoda's gonna tell me something? That's what I'm trying to say. Captain Consumer gonna tell me what's supposed to be on my list when I was handed A demo copy tape of Season of the Sickness. Observation Ostrich from Randomsville, USA. Don't try to tell me something. We popped in that season, we were like, oh my goodness. What is going on? Man, popped in that season, what was going on? The whole game changed. The flow and the, even before all that. So it's tough to make a list. I gave a lot of thought on this list, don't get me wrong. Only reason this to 5 is the baby guts, man. I just never could just get a hold of that. You get lynched in the studio rapping about real life. It could be some of the best raps you'll hear, but it just can't all be fantasy for me. That's it. Coming in at 4. Somebody said somebody's uncle made this list. Okay. Somebody said somebody feels South Side lenient. Okay. But I've been living in the North for 12 years. No, I mean, 16 years. But I've been living in the North for 16 years. But okay. Yeah, we mentioned Hollow Tip. I regret he's not on that list. That's a soldier right there. But AK the Teflon Don at 4. Now I'm gonna tell you a story. Okay? Some of the Sacktown background. Y'all remember Spice One? Holla at me in the chat if you remember Spice One. Holla at me in the chat if you remember Spice One. Back when Spice was at his peak, yo, he was produced by a dude named Blackjack. Okay? At Spice One's peak, he was produced by a dude named Blackjack. Okay? Now, said Blackjack at Spice One's peak made an album with AK the Teflon Don. Maybe one of the hardest rap albums in Sacramento history. But the thing is, it never came out. And that's what I'm trying to tell these SoundCloud stranglers. I done heard these raps that never even came out, yo. Blackjack and AK the Teflon Don made the hardest album. I got it on tape still. See, I'm a historian with these raps. When everybody was making these raps, I was just storing them. I don't know what I'm going to do with all them tapes, but whoo. So AK the Teflon Don, his flow is aggressive. He's a shark in this game, man. I had to put him at 4. Well, how I'm not going to put AK the Teflon Don at 4? Okay, I'm not used to talking to myself like this. Holla at me in the chat. Holla at me in the chat. Okay, I'm not talking to myself. Thank you. It's just new. It is new. I'm going to start getting this did all the times. Okay? And be more social. Look, Mom, I'm more social. Okay? Number 3. I'm ready to ride. I'm ready to get my roll on. Got my sights on the gold. Dayton's with the Vogues on. BG at 3. How I'm not gonna put BG at 3? See, this list got all this controversy, but really I had no choice in the matter. Okay, this list had all kind of controversy, but really I had no choice in the matter. BG at 3, one of the smoothest rappers of all time, yo. You got a BG. I used to, even when BG was rapping to a bad beat, I still had to memorize the song. One of my favorite BG songs, I don't even like the beat. Think about that for a second. One of my favorite BG songs, his raps is so smooth, I can't even think about the beat. I just focus on his raps. Saturday, finna do this my way lounge, Quavo indulge, awaiting grudge match. Cowboys finna get they broke backs. My better gangsters in red and black. Meanwhile, off to pred my track. Step on the crack, and we all live fat. In fact, with this hopping gat, ain't that a fact? Strike with a match, whoop that. I'm finna know, well, that's what it's for. A killer kick, a good blow in the wind. Okay, listen to this line. 10 men been over lubricated. 10 men been over lubricated. Okay, I could go on and on about BG, man. So BG at 3 is part of the Death Trap crew. Shouts out to my big bro BG. Okay. Number 2. I got all kind of heat for this from the old heads. So we gonna go back to my former lesson. Okay, we gonna go back to my former lesson. Just because of the new generation, you gotta start with a clean slate. All kind of old town rappers was hitting me up, how you got Briss at 2, but I got Briss at 2. Holla at me in the chat if you know Briss. Holla at me in the chat if you know Briss. Ooh, young Dre D. Well played, Fast. Okay, don't drive too fast. Let me tell you, man, Briss, there's no personality like that ever in rap. So that's what I'm saying. If I was to make a all-time rap list, Sack folks still on the top of that. I was thinking about an all-time rapper list. It'd be littered with Sack rappers. I'm gonna say that again. I was finna make an all-time Sack rap list, but it would have been littered with Sack rappers. I'm gonna say that one more time, the thrice spot, because it's that important. I thought about making an all-time rap list, but half the list would have been Sacktown rappers. And Briss, that fool made a rap with casserole. Now you in the oven cooking like a casserole. Need hammy, panhandling. I was hella hot, and then pan jamming. What else? I'm tricky dance move. I've been moving in this Jordan, ain't no dance shoes. What are we talking about? Thank you, man. That fast you at it again. It's about timeless music. I did before I even did that list. Okay, before I even did that list, I had to go through years, decades. Whose music is timeless? Whose music lasts the test of time, yo? Briss, I love Briss. A life gone too soon. Rest in peace, man. All over a girl, man. That's why I love what X Rated is doing, man. I don't know if you guys noticed. Next time I go on live, I'm gonna talk about what the King X Rated is getting did, but he's putting together all the OGs, starting a movement. Okay. Back in the day, Sack, we was working together. AWOL, which is Sibo's label, Lynch's label, Black Market Setting. Shouts out to them. I don't know if you've been catching my shorts, my YouTube shorts, okay, but I've been putting on the clips, the history of Sacramento rap. Okay. All X-rated trial went up today, but back when Lynch got signed, and before that, when he was Kevin Ice Cold, Triple Threat 3, shouts out to Mike C, DC Ray. So make sure you watch the history of Sacramento Rappers on YouTube. And then number one, before I even start this, let me look in the chat just to cool my. Before I even start this, let me look in the chat so I can cool my senses. Word up. Now, as mentioned, 35 plus years in this game, I would like to address the random randoms who have a problem with me putting myself on my list. I don't remember some of the comments. They all came as a blur, but I remember my reaction. Okay, I'm going to share my reaction. Oh no. Random number 58,738,144 doesn't like my raps. Woe is me. You're such a master of the rap game, random number 38 million. You're so knowledgeable of the Sacktown rap game, random from Randomsville going to Randomsville College. You know so much about the streets of Sacramento. I can't wait for your album to drop, random. What's your new album gonna be called? Random in the 4-5s. In the 916, I know raps. You YouTube Yodas. Observation ostriches. Observation ostrich. In the flex. Call your album that. When I make these raps, I'm making them for myself. I'm not making them from random randoms. You the random randoms is the last people on earth I'm thinking about when I'm in the booth. The random is the last person on earth I'm thinking about when I'm in the booth. I'm making music from that I like, that I'm gonna slap. I'm more of a critic than any of yous. I'm more of a critic of myself than any of yous. You consumer. You Wikipedia warrior. Hey, after that, I'm thinking about my family, man. Which that reminds me, man. Before I get to all my family, the appreciation I got, a lot of it was from my old students. When you've been teaching for 20 years, your students is grown folks, and they showed up on the whoop-de-whoop on the Facebooks and the Insta chats and the Twittograms, reposting that list. Now you ask the AI and the list is real. Ooh, next time we get together, we're going to talk about AI. Next time we get together, we're going to talk about AI. As you know, I use AI to make Underbelly Sound Wars, the series, okay? Man, some of that stuff is getting so real, but it's not just that, it's how it can make what you doing better. So please, next time I do the live, I'm thinking about doing this once a week, my dude. Thinking about doing this once a week, my dude. Holler at me in the chat if it's cool if I do this once a week. Holler at your boy in the chat if it's cool. If I get on the live once a week. I'm just thinking about it. Okay, 'cause I was really nervous, and now I'm having all these technical difficulties. But I'm looking at the folks in the chat. It's just us, the Fahrenheit Schlangs. Feel me? Got on my cloak. Make sure you guys get this cloak, man. SacRapShop.com. I only made 10 of them. Okay. Now, I make music for myself. Now, there's some raps that when I thought about this list, and I wasn't going to put myself first, but I just laid down all that data. I wasn't going to put myself first, but I laid down all the data. Okay? There's some songs and some projects that I heard when I was laying down all the data. And it was just, ain't no rapper can do this. I'm sorry. What's wrong with a man loving his raps? The first one was Don't Be My Pleasure. Holla at me in the chat if you ever heard Don't Be My Pleasure. Feel me? Holla at me in the chat if you ever heard Don't Be My Pleasure. Who's gonna do something like that? When I was laying down the data, that song just stood there. Who gonna do something like that? Then you got the observation ostrich telling me who's supposed to be on my list. Who is you? Who is you? Wikipedia warrior got some input. Yeah? Another thing that ain't no rapper could do when I just laid it all out is the new movie. Underbelly Sound Wars. Now, those of you who've seen it, you're part of an elite class, yo. Just got with the distributor on Friday. Got word back. Okay, they only had one error that I had to fix. So I fixed that over the weekend, sent it back to them. So my point is this. The movie gonna blow up. I keep calling it a movie. The series is gonna blow up. Those of you who've seen it, like I was saying in the live chat, I'll never forget. Okay, you elite and you up on top of thing. Holler at me in the chat if you've seen Underbelly Sound Wars, the 5-part series. It was all about the ending. No more national boundaries. Agricultural centers. Come on, what are we talking about? No more language barriers. One clock. The sun, no longer the schedule maker. It watches as we decide. What are we talking about? We're taking over the world, Fahrenheit family. V-Dog. Feel me? That's what I'm saying, man. Just trust in the D.E, man. I done heard raps and albums that folks don't even know exist. Raps and albums that folks don't know exist in the AirPod academic. Mr. AirPod academic. Johnny Masses and Jane Public gonna tell me about my list. You can tell it's under my skin right now. And it's not that folks got their own lists. It's when the random from Randomsville gonna try to tell me about mines. So I make music for myself, man. Now, next time we meet, we're gonna talk about my underground list. Okay, that was controversial too. KKB, D Steez, XCDI, Lil 6. But you know, folks gonna have to learn. I'm the one that goes against the grain. We are the team that charts the path, and we're okay with that. We're the type of people they laugh at first, but we feel in the universe. We're on the vibe of the universe. Then you come along. People laughed at me when I said I was going to make the first rap musical, real rap musical. I said I'm gonna learn this AI and create the world's first real rap musical. And like my favorite TikToker say, you can be anything you want now. If you're a creative person and you want to make a movie, boop, 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 dee doo. We're gonna talk deep in AI next time, man. I know how folks feel, and it's in China they're training 5-year-olds. In America they trying to ban it in schools. We are the Fahrenheit slang, so we gonna get ahead. We gonna talk about that. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, man. That's what I'm saying. When I wrote that song, I started with the back. Okay, then made the song around that. So that's my list, man. That's my thoughts on this. I appreciate y'all being with me. Okay, to all the Reddit revolutionaries, I got a comment on my list and back off. You ain't got no credibility in this game. What time is it? Okay. Signing off. Like I said, thinking about doing this once a week. So I want you to join me once a week. We got books. If you ain't got your autographed copy of the history of Sacramento rap, lean in on that. Okay? It's history. We make it hit. We are on the right side of history. All we want is for the people to go to bed with full bellies and wake to blue skies. I am an open book. Use my knowledge. I beg you. My name is First Degree The D.E. It's the Fahrenheit off, Fahrenheit off, Fahrenheit off. Thanks for dealing with my technical difficulties. I'll be more up on it next time. But this is the first time. This is going to be a classic episode because one day it's going to be all polished. And one day it's going to be all polished. You guys is part of the rough one. All right, I'm going to do a quick Q&A. I'm going to look at the chat, see if any questions need to be answered. Oh me, oh my, it's Saturday night. She won't boy. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're running out of time. I'm going to read these questions, and on the social medias, we're going to do a full-blown Q&A. A full-blown Q&A. I appreciate y'all. SacramentoRap.com. Stay abreast on everything. And we're going to end with this. How we should have started. All praise due to the Fahrenheit slang. It is the slangs that brings us here together. All praise due to the Fahrenheit slang. It is the slangs that brings us purpose. Live well. Take care of each other. Until the next time.